Hey y'all, it's me, Dr. Shanae, with another episode of Given Name. Today we have a fabulous guest, and I will let her introduce herself. Go ahead.
Hi, my name is Shentell. That is Shentell. Otherwise on social media platforms known as Tall Me Telly. But I am here with this lovely woman who invited me onto her podcast. So honored. And we just want to talk about, the history of names given for Black people and how it's changed over the course since enslavement to today.
Awesome.
I, oh, sorry.
No, go on.
No, I'm very passionate about names. Very passionate about our names. Um the changing of our names since enslavement was political, always has been. It's always
Hmm.
been about control and their comfort versus ours. And I have always believed that when our names are mispronounced and sometimes intentionally mispronounced, I feel like it's saying that my identity is optional and your comfort isn't.
That's deep. That is deep. Okay. Can you break that down a little bit more so my
um okay, so basically we have names like Tchaikovsky,
hmm
you know, Dostoevsky, Bjorn, even all the,
hmm
they can pronounce all the Viking
All of that.
names.
Yeah.
Leif Erikson, even, they can, you can do that. But when I tell you my name, I'm getting Shannon, Shantae, Chantrell, Chandra, even.
So you're not even trying.
I'm
This
not,
is
you're not, there's just no effort put forth. And whenever I hear them say, oh, well, they need to have a decent name for the corporate world. No, you want them to have a name that's easy for you to pronounce because it keeps you in your comfort bubble.
yes, you want a comfortable name for you.
Uh-huh.
Something that's your palette. Things should
Yeah.
have names that match my palette. Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. Unfortunately, I did see a post where this couple posted the two children they adopted. They were two biracial children. One of the children's names was Treasure,
Mhm.
and they changed her name to something.
What you
I call it color redacted.
Mhm.
You know. Um,
Mhm.
so and I did let them know changing her name was anti-black, very
Yeah,
anti-black.
yeah.
I had a lot of people disagree with me. I don't care because that's what it is. But changing her name like she's a new puppy or kitten is weird to me.
Because that's a
And
person.
yeah, and basically you just told that baby her name was Toby. That's not cool.
Woo. No, it's not cool.
It's not cool at all. And when it comes to our babies, now don't get me wrong. There have been some names I've heard, like when they say no L, but the baby's name is spelled MNOP, and they say the name is Noel.
Oh,
Now that it does get to a point, okay,
yeah.
but majority of the time when we name our children in the Black community, there are cultural reasons, there are spiritual reasons, there's many reasons why we name our babies the way we name them, you know.
Mhm.
And I named my children the names that they have because their names demand respect when they walk in a room. Whether you want to respect them or not, you're going to give it to them. So I just don't appreciate how they see our names as something that could just be torn apart with no repercussion behind it.
So tell me about your experiences. Like, was there a time when, maybe even childhood, where somebody mispronounced your name or just completely misidentified you? Like a Shannon or something?
Okay. I've been dealing with this since I was 7. So that's why I'm kind of as passionate about it as
Yeah.
I am. Because not only is my name being mispronounced or you're just not even trying to say it, you're also thinking I'm biracial because I'm light skinned. So you're really
Mm.
trying your best. You're trying your absolute best at blackness, and I don't appreciate that.
Mhm.
Um, Because I mean, of course, now that I'm getting closer to 100, the skin's not skinning like it used to. But
Mhm.
as a child, I was super light bright. I mean, banana peel. Okay, I was
Mhm.
very, very bright, and I remember them saying, "Oh, is your dad white?" Meanwhile, my very black father's at home with my
Yeah,
very black mother, and I'm like, no. And then I was confused because I was like, why can't my mama be white if that was the case? Like, why
that's
does it
what I
have to be the
said.
dad?
Yeah.
Um, my next experience, people didn't really start mispronouncing my name until I got closer to adulthood. Like on a regular basis, it seldomly happened as a child. But I want to say the biggest takeaway, like the biggest memory I have, where my first experience was when I'm a theater kid. So I was in theater in middle school, and I was in sixth grade at the time, either sixth or seventh, and it was my theater period, and I had a classmate named Monquavius. To me, that's easy to pronounce. She went through the roll call and she said, "Oh, your parents need to give you all names that people can pronounce."
Say what?
That just didn't sit right with me. Did right with me at all. So I went home and I told my mom about that. And the only thing she told me was white people are lazy.
Why don't you want more culture? I don't understand. And thus, all of a sudden, the recording just messed up. Okay, we're back.
Yes.
You were talking
Okay.
about um, how it is that, like, I think earlier in childhood that people would mispronounce your name or say it
Yeah, it was
you.
in middle school. I was in middle
Yeah.
school when she said we needed your parents after she said my classmate Monquavius his name, because he was the last one on the roster, and she said, "Oh my goodness, your parents need to give you names that people can pronounce." So I went home and I told my mother that, and my
Mhm.
mother's thing, and I didn't understand it yet, but I understand it now. And I said, "Mom, she said that," and she like, "Did she say that about your name?" I said, "No, she said my name. Okay." She was like, "White people are lazy," and then just left it at that.
But that's brilliant. Yes. Yes.
I was like, okay. And as I got older and began to study our history, and even though for the majority we were already here in America, the ones they did go over to get, I still think that's the laziest thing you could ever do is to travel across rough seas because you don't want to do house chores to go get some people to do it for you.
Exactly.
Peak laziness.
You went and robbed a whole nation because you didn't want to get in the field. Are you kidding me?
You didn't want to bake the biscuits. What? No, absolutely not. But yeah, so that's why I always state it as such that it's not only about being political, but it's also about control because they feel like your identity is optional and their comfort isn't.
And that's the first thing to disorient somebody. You de-identify them. So
Hmm.
now your name no longer means anything.
Correct. And what you will not do is strip me of my identity, especially this version of me.
Mhm.
That is what you will not do. I mean, there was my very first remote job. I had to, of course, go to a location to do my forms, with my identity, W-2s, W-4s, all that type of stuff.
Mhm.
And I brought my ID. The girl said, "I don't see your name. All you gotta do is look at my ID and then look at what's on your schedule. It's gonna match what's on my ID."
Mhm.
She literally looked at my license and decided to spell my name whatever way she wanted to spell it because she was like, "I don't see it." And when I went to go look at it, I said, "My name's right there."
Yeah. It's on the ID for
Uh,
sure.
yeah. And I looked at the screen and I was like, "My name is literally right there." And she was like, "Oh my gosh, I don't know what's wrong with me today, girl. I could tell you a couple things what's wrong with you, but I want to get out of
Racism
here
is wrong with
today."
you today. Yeah.
Yeah, yeah, but I want to get out I want to get out of here today. I don't, I have other places I got to be. I don't have time for you today. So, but yes, and then I especially despise it when they do it to my fellow brown and dark skinned people
Mhm.
because they feel like they're less worthy of an identity just due to the shade of their skin. I
So
hate it so bad.
bogus. Yeah. It's just these bogus concepts that keep I don't know how they're so widespread, you know? Like, how do
Mm-hmm.
you, as what did you call them?
Oh, color redacted?
Color redacted. How can you, as a color redacted person, and I guess growing up in America specifically, from Texas to New York to California, Shayna? Shana. Shani. How does that happen in multiple places?
I don't know. I don't know. Like, and whenever you point out that, okay, if you could say these really long German European names,
Mhm.
you can say my name. You're just choosing not to.
You're saying the names of Vikings just fine. But now the phonetics of this is crazy. The sh sound, we've never used it. That's crazy.
It's a new concept.
Yeah. I don't understand. But okay, let's back up for a second. Can we do your demographics?
Yeah.
Okay. Could you spell your name?
Yes. Shentell.
Kidding me? I want the
No, I'm
triple S
not.
so bad. I want it so bad. I was looking at
No,
guys like, I've got to marry a
yeah,
Smith or a
no.
Shannon.
Is something, right? No,
Yeah,
but in a way though, you were kind of protected because I always got called skin so soft in school because of the triple
the
S's.
triple S and Avon. Ooh, children, they're so inventive. Hmm,
Yes, yes, very much so, very much so. I was a preschool teacher for 11 years, so yes, they are very creative.
that's like peak creativity. Wow.
And that's another reason I'm passionate because I had all types of names come across my roster as a preschool teacher.
And
You know,
how did you treat them, I guess? Like what's your process?
well, the way I see it when it comes to children, and I know it sounds cliche when Whitney Houston said, "I believe the children are the future," but they are. And these little people, one day are going to be responsible for my future because it's going to get a time I'm going to be older, won't be able to do certain things for me. Oh, you spelled my name wrong. It's Shen.
Did I change it right?
Huh? Can you hear me? Oh, there we go. I
Yeah.
don't know what. Yeah, there we go. Okay, yeah, SSE. There we go.
Okay.
Um,
Woo.
but
All right.
it's okay. It's okay. But yeah, so with the I just feel like one day they got to take care of me, and I wanted to play a part in their future, so that way when they grow up, they remember Mission Tell. You know. So that was one of the greatest experiences of my life working with children from all different backgrounds, all different, ethnicities and cultures, even. And even I had children who had names that I did not know how to pronounce it. But you know what I did? I would ask the child or I would ask the parent
I don't know why that's so hard.
because you have to take yourself out of your comfort zone to do so.
So,
They don't want to seem like, well, they don't want to seem uneducated by mispronouncing your name. So make it
mhm,
easier so it could seem like I'm smart.
mhm. So some people also just go straight to the last name. They'll look down the roll and they'll say last name Smith.
Okay, yeah, they will, but here's the thing: in certain cultures and ethnicities and all that, the last name is a little bit harder to pronounce than the first name.
Mm,
So either way, you're gonna have to step out of your comfort zone and ask. You're gonna have to do that.
man. Okay,
Hmm.
so we were doing demographics.
Oh yes, we
Um,
were.
age. So what generation are you from?
I am a proud millennial. I am
Yes.
30. Yeah, I'm 36. I will be 37 in May.
Really?
Hmm.
Okay, 2 years. So you're 89?
Yes,
Look at the math. Okay, I am 91.
yes, yes,
So cool.
yes, yes. Proud millennial.
Yes. I love it. I love it.
I know, right?
Um,
I know, I love it.
how do you define your race?
When people ask my ethnicity,
Yeah.
I say Black American.
Okay.
That's what I say. I say I'm a Black American.
Okay. Gender.
I go by she, her pronouns.
Okay. Woman.
Hmm. Yeah, woman or even cis woman. That doesn't really bother me. I know it's kind of a
Yeah.
touchy subject for a lot of people, but for me, it doesn't bother me because I was born a woman. So,
Same. Yeah.
facts are facts. Science is science with me.
Yeah. It's just a new pronoun. Yeah. It just goes right in front of
Yeah,
it. Still. Got
yeah. Like literally, I mean, it's in my opinion, it could all be so simple.
it.
I have a god sister who utilizes not only the she her pronouns but also they them. You know, all right, if that's what you want to go by, cool. Like it's
Yeah.
because I always retort back to I don't like it when I get called out of my name. So
Mm-hmm.
why would I show that same disrespect to somebody else?
Mm-hmm.
Me addressing you as they them she her if you were but you were born a man or he him and you were born a woman, that if addressing you that way, the way you would like for to be addressed, that's not changing a single thing about my personal life or my household. Does not affect my bank account. It doesn't add or subtract from my bank account. It doesn't put food on my table. So it's all good. If you want to be addressed that way, I will respect that. And I just
Mm-hmm.
again, it could all be so simple, but people have to make things difficult.
So many things. I'm gonna try and get through these demographics, but I do want to circle back. Um,
Mhm.
where would you consider your hometown?
um that's really tough because I'm an army brat.
See, I am also an army brat.
So I was born in Norfolk, Virginia,
Okay.
but grew up in Georgia. So
Okay.
I claim Georgia for the majority because that's what I remember majority of my childhood,
Hmm.
teenage, all that. Because I mean, don't get me wrong, I when I go home, when I go back to Norfolk, I go see family and I have places that I remember from when I was little and stuff. But the last time I actually like lived there in my adolescence, I was 8 years old.
Ah, so
Hmm.
not, yeah, you sort of grew up there, but also really
Yeah,
grew up in Georgia.
in
Yeah.
Georgia. Yeah. Hmm.
What about your parents' hometown? Is that Virginia?
No, my dad is originally from Georgia himself, but he's from a small, small, small town in Georgia. I mean,
Now I need to hear
uh,
it.
I'm talking like you just go through the town to get to the next one. That's how small.
How many people?
Oh gosh, I mean, I'm sure it's called Soperton, Georgia.
Soperton. Shout
Hmm.
out to Soperton.
Yeah, gosh, I don't even know the population now, but I know in the 90s population was like 800.
It's like a high school.
Everybody knew everybody. Everybody was
Mm,
related to everybody. It just happened that way. But my mother is from New York. She's from Brooklyn, New York.
okay. Did they
They
meet?
they
And
they met in Germany. Okay.
okay, I can hear you, but I cannot see you.
See, every time it cuts out and brings back in, you sound like a chipmunk when it does that.
Oh my God.
Oh my goodness. Okay, I'm going to. Okay, so I left off with my mother being from Brooklyn, right?
Hmm.
Okay, yeah, my mother is from Brooklyn, New York. They met in Germany while they were enlisted in the military.
What
Hmm.
branch?
Army.
Go Army. My parents also met in Germany, or they got married in Germany from the Army. But yeah,
Ah, gotcha.
yeah, that's very cool. Um, where are you currently? What's your current town?
I currently live in Charlotte, North Carolina.
Ooh, I haven't been, but I've heard it's amazing there.
It's beautiful, beautiful here. It's the night scene. And I don't mean like clubbing, but just to drive through the city. It's beautiful.
Oh,
Hmm. It's
I've heard
very
so many
beautiful.
great things. Yes. Okay. Um, Highest education level.
Currently just my high school diploma, but I will be starting back into college this fall.
Woo woo. Okay.
Hmm.
You got this.
Oh yeah,
How would
family law.
you?
That's what we're going for.
We're going for what?
Family law.
Ooh, that'll be really
Hmm.
good. I think you'd be really good at that, actually. Yeah. So how would you rate your spirituality on a scale from religious, spiritual, no God at all?
I am spiritual.
Okay.
I did grow up in church, but with the studies I've done when it came to organized religion, to keep it plain, it's become a business. It's not
Yeah.
altruistic anymore,
Yeah.
and I don't want to be a part of that. So I've become spiritual, and I do believe I do believe God exists, just not the
Mhm.
way it was taught to me.
Yeah.
You know.
Fully get that. Yeah. Is that your daughter?
Yes, it is. This is
Oh,
Zari.
okay. I saw a hand.
Yeah, she's.
Okay.
I'm being bullied. I'm being bullied right now, but it's okay. It's okay.
Oh, okay. Multitasking, you're doing great. So tell me about your name.
My name, um, my mom admitted that she didn't put any thought into my name. She admitted that. She was like, but I was
Okay.
17. Yeah, she was
Mhm.
17, so I gave her grace because I mean at
Yeah.
17 yeah. Um, but I did research what did it mean, and it means stone.
Mhm.
And I strongly believe whatever you're going to name your kid, they're really going to emulate the definition of that name. Because like with the name stone, the meaning of it meaning stone means that it's really a unmovable foundation.
Mm.
And I'm
Not again, Lord.
okay, so we're gonna start back with Isaac.
Yeah.
Isaac Nathaniel.
Yes.
His name means to laugh, and he's always been a happy baby. And his middle name means the gift from God because I have PCOS and I was told I couldn't have children. Because I didn't get pregnant until I was 30.
Okay.
So that was slightly intentional though. I knew I didn't want kids in my 20s. So at 19, when you have a doctor telling you, oh, you might not be able to have children, okay, cool. That sounds great to me. Now I will say, pregnancy was ghetto for me. It really was. But
Mhm.
what I've learned after pregnancy, do your research on the child's father before you procreate with them. Now, this is not a dig at either one of their dads, right? Because they
Mhm.
each, both of my kids have their own dad. I always joke and say I love my kids so much I gave them their own dad. But
Oh.
but um with each of their dads, what I have come to realize is sometimes, even though sometimes you might be compatible with that person, you might not genetically be compatible.
Ooh.
So do research on their family history and their health medical history if you can.
Mhm.
That will make your that will increase the chances, I should say, of you having an easy pregnancy. Um
Oh.
yeah, I didn't have knowledge of that until after I had my daughter, and I was like, well, it's too late for me to try that now because I'm not having any more. So yeah, I literally just got my tubes removed last week. I'm like,
Wow.
no. Oh
Wow.
yeah, yeah, two and through.
Okay, so tell me about your daughter's name.
Her name is Zari Noel. Z like zebra, Ari, and then Noel, of course, like Christmas.
Mhm.
Her name means golden, and then her middle name means joy. Now,
Mm.
Zari is more of a Hebrew Persian derived name.
Mhm.
But nonetheless, with her being my ray of sunshine, even though, like I said, Isaac is my friendly baby, he becomes very popular. There's so many people that know who they know who he is, and he doesn't know who they are. So I can already see that that's kind of going to be my baby story throughout his life. He's going to be a very popular but respected young man.
Yes, I think his name, like, it commands a lot of authority.
It does.
No, yeah.
I wanted to make sure I gave my baby a strong name. And his biological dad, oh my gosh, um I, bless his heart. He wanted to name him because like earlier when we discussed, like, are all your siblings, do their names start with like a S type situation?
Yeah.
In his family, everyone's name starts with a K.
Okay.
And he was like, we can name him Kaiser. I said, that sounds like Kaiser, that sounds like the hospital, the Kaiser Permanente hospital. I'm not doing that.
Amazing.
Like I was like, I'm not calling him Kaiser. I'm not doing that. That might be really, really cool for somebody, just not my
Yeah.
child.
Shout out to the Kaisers, come on the podcast. But yeah,
Yeah, but just not my baby.
I never even
So,
I've never heard of that.
well, he was trying so hard to put a K in front of it. I said, but it has to make sense, sweetie. It
Yeah.
has to make sense. So, and I'm like, literally, there's no meaning for that name. I said his name. I was serious about that. Because even with my daughter, um, I was being nice with her dad because he kind of wanted her name to rhyme with his. I said, that's cool. Make sure it means something though.
Mhm.
And we did, and we found Zari
So it does rhyme with his name.
to a degree. Yeah.
Okay. Okay. Ask you about how you felt about your name during childhood. So, like, before that incident in theater, how
Hmm.
did you feel growing up with that name?
I like my name. I did. I no one ever like teased me for my name. No one ever like gave me grief about my name. No one did that. But like I said, the most I experienced as a child, before that theater incident in middle school, um, was people misidentifying my ethnicity. Mhm.
Mm.
That's what I dealt with for the most part. And it didn't help that my mother kept relaxers in my hair, so my hair's always straight. you know.
The assumption. Yeah, I get it.
Yeah, yeah, like don't assume.
Yeah.
But yeah, so like there's basically for me, I know that my children have easy names to pronounce, but there's times I can tell that sometimes still my son's presence can make someone uncomfortable.
Your son's what can make someone
His
present. Yeah.
presence, and simply because he's a liberated little black boy,
Mhm.
and that bothers some of the color redacted, you
Yeah.
know, because how dare this child be free and innocent and all of that. And then honestly, my baby, he's already sure of who he is at 5 years old.
Mm. Mhm.
And there's some people who are in their 40s and 50s and can't tell you who they are.
Right. Yeah.
So, with him, I think that can intimidate some people that are older. And I hate that for them because that's a personal problem, but it's just something that I've noticed.
I see. Um, quick question.
Yeah,
Do
yeah, yeah.
people do people mispronounce your daughter's name?
I've gotten one time Zarai,
Okay.
but that was actually one of our own.
Girl.
and then and then
Listen.
I think, what was it, on the phone I was making an appointment for her, the way that she said Zarai, she was color redacted. And then another one said Zaria. I'm like, where's the other A at? i'm
Yeah.
not i'm
Doesn't
not seeing that.
okay.
But no, she doesn't get too many mispronunciations.
Okay. Well, that's good. Was that an intentional thing for you
To name her what I named her.
to make sure that it would not be mispronounced?
Yes,
Okay.
yes. That's because with my son, I named him, and I think it's funny because I'm like, I gave him one of the most simplest names on earth, and
Mhm.
people were still calling him Isaiah at first. That's not my baby's name. That's
I
not my
think
baby's name.
it's something about seeing the beginning of a word and just assuming that you know the end.
Yeah. Like let's go ahead and read the whole thing, bud. Let's do that.
Yeah. They don't end the same, actually. So you should read the whole word.
Right.
Wow.
Right.
Hmm. Do
I know.
your Okay, so first you. Do you have any nicknames that like derived from your name?
Um the only nickname I have derived from my name is Telly, and that's a nickname I created for myself since
Okay.
becoming a content creator. You
Okay.
know, because I do make some controversial content as far as like in this, especially in the political climate that we're in.
Hmm.
So I do make some controversial. I have some controversial takes, and so people, they get in their feelings about controversial takes, and they are ready to dox people. They get ready to
Yeah.
dox people over an opinion. So what helps me is that my name is not spelled like the normal Shentell, right?
Mhm.
And then also, um, as much as I talk about things, even personal things on my social media presence, I still it's like I tell enough to where you think you know everything about me, but you don't, if that makes sense.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, just to protect me and my children, I mostly go by Telly on social media.
Mm.
Yeah, but outside of that, no, I don't have any other nicknames derived from my name.
Do you have any like outside nicknames?
Like from friends and family.
Yeah.
Okay, yeah. So my grandmother, I love her so much. But she decided to give me the nickname Stick, like a twig.
Stick.
Mm-hmm.
Like what?
Like a twig, like you
Okay.
go, like you just go
Stick.
grab it off the tree.
Yeah.
Um, and I was like, one day I was asking her, why did you call me that? Because that doesn't, match anything that's on my birth certificate. So like, where did we get that from? And she was like, your mother gave you a rhyming name and I couldn't get it together. So I said, just call her Stick. I said, that's the first thing that came in your mind, lady. All right.
Wow. There's so many other S words.
Yeah,
Okay.
yeah. But unfortunately it's stuck and I'm Stick to the family and the family only. I do not allow non-family members to call me that. And matter of fact, if we're gonna be honest, there's still only certain family members that can call me that. Because I remember one time I had already set the boundary like, hey, do not call me by my nickname when we're out in public because it doesn't match. Like my nickname is Stick, but I'm walking around here like I'm a very curvy woman. So like that does not match what's being said to me.
It's almost ironic. Yeah.
Yeah. And one time my aunt was calling me while we were in the store and I kept walking. I heard her, but I
You
kept walking.
heard
I said, don't call me that.
her?
Do not call me that when we're in public, please.
Okay. You were serious about that.
Very serious. I've always been serious about my boundaries.
Hmm. Have you ever met someone with your name?
I have met a few people with my name, but I've never met anyone with the same spelling as my name.
Okay. Did your mom, she was 17. Okay. She was 7.
Yeah.
Yeah. Okay. Is your name, do you think that your name is popular?
I think it's a common name. I wouldn't say popular. I know it's popular in France because it is a French name.
Yeah.
But over here I just think it's common.
Mm. So have you ever heard your name called out in a crowd, but it wasn't for you. It was for some, oh my God.
Yes, I have.
Okay, yes, it was for someone else. That kicked my ass. Okay,
It's
yes.
okay. I knew what you Yes. I definitely I've heard that. A matter of fact, while I was working one day, I got a phone call in, and her name was the same.
Mm,
And she said, she said, the fact that you said it right. She was like, that's how I know. She said, because the only people that mess it up is them people. She said, and
right.
I started laughing. She said, I know you can't say much because we're on a recorded line, but you know.
You know, because it's not a hard name to say. Like it,
It's
again.
not. It's not. It's not because I even feel bad for like, someone I know who's Hispanic, but her mama named her Michelle.
Hmm.
I was like, man, I hate she did that to you.
But it's one of those names that sounds good in English and in Spanish.
Yeah, I was just, well, when it comes to our Hispanic brothers and sisters, Latina brothers and sisters, I love how, they have their names where you got to roll your R's and
Mhm.
L's. It's because they just have beautiful names in that culture. So I'm like, man, I just wish,
These Spain or Spanish is a romantic language, right?
yes. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Okay. And also, both of our names are French, which is a romantic language. I think
Mm-hmm.
Italian is the other one. But
Yes, it is Italian.
yes, random facts from maybe 8th grade social studies, but
Mm-hmm.
woohoo. Um, how has your name changed over time? Is there a time when you went by like a shortened version, or if you spelled it like the way that other people spelled it, or allowed other people to do
No.
that?
Mm-mm. Because now be my dad, when I was growing up, he always said your name is everything, right?
Mhm.
So I never felt the need to change anything or go by a shortened version of it. Never felt the need.
Hmm. So how do you feel when it's mispronounced or misspelled?
um it just really depends on the situation. Some of them I can tell if they're really trying. Others I can tell they're just like, where I'm going to spell it how I want to spell it today. I'm going to say
Mm.
it how I want to say it today. So it just depends on the flavor of the dynamic going on.
Have you ever had to confront somebody about spelling your name correctly? Like in a physical way?
Mm-hmm. I was what was let me see. It was paperwork. It was some sort of paperwork that I had to have done. And they literally misspelled my name in the email. You
Mm.
s- Now mind you, my email is my first name, last name, right? So you can look at my email to confirm the spelling of my name, and I still it matter of fact, it was my documents for my lease. That's what it was. So
Mm.
when she sent the email, she kept putting Shatel. That is not my name, lady.
No. She just heard you say your name and was like, "Done.
Yeah,
I'm
that
done."
was it. And I'm like, and then no, and then come to find out, she when they sold the property to a new landlord, and he was asking me, did I sign the documents? I said, well, I haven't gotten them. He's like, well, I emailed them to you. And I said, what email did you send them to? He sends me an email with my name misspelled. And I was like, I have told them over and over again, that is not how my name is spelled. I said, that's why I didn't get the email, because that's not my name.
It's really not that hard, y'all, especially like when it's
Yeah.
written on an email. You copy and
I know.
paste if you
I
must.
mean, I mean, I'm not gonna judge if you got to do that.
Yeah.
So yeah, that was the time, and that's another reason. And even with my son's name, because apparently it's normal to spell Isaac Issac, and I'm like, that's Isaac.
How do you spell it?
Isaac.
I don't remember which one is the biblical one.
It's the Isaac. That's the biblical one.
Oh. And
Mm-hmm.
so they spell it ISA.
Sac. They put two S's instead of two A's, and I'm like, two S's looks like Isaac to me, and I'm not calling my son that.
I see it. It does look like Isaac.
Mm-hmm.
Isaac. Wow, okay. I don't I think I wouldn't know which letter was double, but again, it's right there in the email. So your children, do you anticipate like that they are going to enjoy their names because they're already growing into it? I think we talked about that on the
My son loves his name so much he does not want to be called by a nickname.
Ooh,
He thought he did, because he did inquire, why did mommy have a nickname and not him.
yeah.
But now my family on my biological dad's side, they call him Lucky. That's the nickname they gave him.
What is it?
But Lucky,
Lucky. Okay.
they call him cousin Lucky. But for over Yeah, baby. But for over here, okay, you want to talk to? Okay, but mommy's trying to do something. Here we go. There we go. Okay. So one time when we tried it, he was like, "I'm Isaac." We tried to call him by a different. I don't even know what nickname we thought we was gonna call
Like
him. He was
I or
like that.
something?
Yeah, I don't know. I think they were trying to call him Izzy or whatever. He was like, "That's not my
Mhm.
name. I'm Isaac.
Oh, so
I'm
he's
not."
straightforward too.
Yeah, yeah. So like, my son doesn't even have a nickname for real. He's just Isaac.
Hmm.
Now with Zari, sometimes we call her Zizi, we'll call her Riri. I call her Miss Pebbles sometimes because she looks like Pebbles from the Flintstones.
Hmm. So
Or
I think it seems like it would be like a learned thing, like it's part of that gender socialization because your daughter has multiple nicknames, but your son only had Izzy and that didn't stick. So it quickly stuck.
Yeah, and then he doesn't like it. He wants to be addressed as Isaac, and I'm like, you know what? I'm not even mad at it, son.
Yeah. Okay, that's very cool. So, this may be confusing for everyone else and also me when I do like the research thing, but let's go back to your name. Are you ready?
Okay. Yeah.
So we talked about that your mom was 17 when she did this. Do
Yeah.
you find your name as creativity?
Um, I find my name as uh well, the as my name as a whole, yes, because there's literally not another soul nowhere near like my name.
Yeah,
So yeah, she
especially the
was
first and the
in
middle
the
name.
middle. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. Yeah. But as far as it being just something super, super profound, I never claimed for it to be that. I like to describe my name as, because I'm a person, because I'm a very observant person.
Mm,
Whenever I go into a room, I'm not the first to speak.
okay.
I want to observe every soul in that room before I open my mouth. And so I think that my name represents being subtle,
Mm,
inconspicuous, even, you
mhm.
know, because it's a very common name, so it's easy for people to overlook you the first time and not
Yeah.
expect, you know what I'm saying? And I
Yeah.
use that to my advantage. I don't see that as a bad thing.
Huh. That's a new perspective.
Yeah, I don't see it as a bad thing because you know what? They're not expecting anything from me at all. So it's cool. I can get, so when I give them what I give them, they're like, "Oh wow, I wasn't expecting that." Yeah.
Wow. Okay, so the next question I was going to ask you is what precedes you when your name is spoken? And I think you kind of answered it with like it's a low profile name. Like
Mhm.
it can skate under the radar. So if
Yes.
what if someone says that Shentell is coming? What does the group know
Um
about that? What do they
well,
expect?
well, people, it's funny because people love me and I didn't realize it for real until I started my TikTok.
Okay.
But because when I started my TikTok profile back in 2021, I literally just downloaded it for fun. That's what, us millennials will do. I'll just download it for fun.
Mhm. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay, so that is all of the name questions that I have for you. Is there something else that you want to say about your name or naming?
I just want for Black people, when they name their children, do not ever feel ashamed of what you name your children. You
Mhm.
know, now I'm not saying like if you name them Rhonda Telly Poo Butt or something like that. No, don't do that.
Right.
But I'm saying like you know your reasons for naming your baby what you name them, and you stand firm and strong in what you named your baby, and you teach them how to stand firm and strong in correcting people. Because my son has no problem correcting people with his name.
Hmm.
And he immediately will say, "My name is Isaac, Isaac, Isaac." He will say that. He'll spell it that way. He leaves you no room to mess up his name. Okay, absolutely no room to mess up his name. So I just want fellow Black people to continue naming our babies the wonderful names they have for them, because it gives it gives our children a sense of self-identity. They don't feel like they're just lost in a pool of any and everything. Like, even though they don't physically stand out, they know they stand out because of their name.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, that's pretty much it. I just want our people to stop being ashamed of what they name their children.
Yeah. Be empowered
Or
by it.
yeah, like, don't sit there when you find out you're with child. Oh, we got to make sure he has a name where he can get a job. Name that baby
Somebody,
which yeah, name that baby what you want to name that baby.
I saw a thread and it was like, we're raising people, we're raising humans, not employees. So no, I'm going to
Exactly.
name my child what I want to name. This isn't about a resume. This is their life.
Yeah, literally. And I'm like, when I had made that comment about how they changed that baby's name from Treasure to whatever it was,
Hmm.
somebody was like, well, you can't get too many jobs with the name Treasure. And I said, I know a lot of treasures who hold degrees, who are realtors, who are this, who are that.
Hmm.
Like, and they was like, you don't know that. I said, you don't even put yourself in proximity to Black people. So of course you're not gonna know a lot of people named Treasure.
Mm. So you have a lot of white followers.
No, 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 no. That on
Oh.
this particular post, this was on Threads, and this is when I
Oh,
was commenting on that. But no, no, no.
okay.
The majority of my followers are Black or people of color.
Okay. My following is 98% women, Black women.
Absolutely,
Yeah,
absolutely,
love it though.
absolutely. We love that. We love that. We love that. So no, seriously, but that no, it was just the fact that she responded that to me under my comment on that post about that name change of that baby.
Mm,
And they were trying to convince me there's no way that there's a treasure out there with a degree.
not there's no way. Are you kidding me?
Yeah, I was like, y'all's racism is showing bad.
Is what?
And because after I had called her out on the fact of, you don't put yourself in proximity to Black people to know a treasure, so how would you know a treasure that holds a degree or a successful business?
Right.
I never got a response back, so that was my answer.
Got him again. I hope she learns something, Lord.
Well, the thing is that so many people were trying to make me change my stance on what I said. Well, I wouldn't adopt. I would change her name too. I don't like the name Treasure. Or just don't
Mhm.
adopt a child named Treasure.
Look,
So
look,
just a wild concept, I know. Okay, but
it's
it's
right
just don't adopt a child named Treasure. You're stripping that baby of her identity.
there. Hmm.
And the reason why I knew it was rooted in anti-Blackness is because I forgot what her brother's name was, but they said we didn't change it because he's already used to it. She was 2.
What?
She was 2 and her brother was 4.
He so she wasn't used to her name now? She could just
Girl,
if
girl.
somebody says treasure, she doesn't even look. Just
And I've seen that happen. There was a little boy, his name was Brandon, but he was being adopted by this Hispanic woman and she named him Kamal.
oh, that's not
Why did
close
you
at
why
all.
did you do that?
Gosh. Is I don't think Brandon is hard to say in Spanish.
No. And then I'm like, why would you change it to Kamal?
I mean, is that a Spanish? Hello? I don't know.
I don't know. I don't know. But that I do hope that baby's doing a lot better because at the time that I knew him, he was a very troubled little boy. So
Hmm. That's what I was thinking about because you spoke about your kids already embodying like what their name symbolizes. And
hmm
so now I'm thinking about Treasure as she becomes what Treasure means growing up.
hmm
I think that maybe there will be a conflict in identity because she is now named something else and that isn't actually her embodiment. So
I
it'll
know
be like
me.
I'm not.
I know me.
Mhm.
I'm very petty. I'm a very petty person. So you named if I when I find out, because I'm pretty sure they're gonna let it be known to her that her name got changed, right?
Mhm.
So if I was to ever be told that by my adoptive parents on my 18th birthday, I would go change my name back to what I was given at birth.
Mm. Mm.
Because how dare you?
How dare you?
And I
Ooh,
don't expect, and I truly do not expect anybody who does not look like me to understand how I see the anti-blackness in that. I mean, even in when I had let it be known that a dude called me exotic, because again, this was taking place over on Threads in someone's comment section, and somebody commented under mine because like I had left the comment like, I'm not a Siberian tiger or a toucan, so you're going to be really really disappointed that I'm not exotic. And uh some guy, of course, commented and was like, well, I have a Chinese friend and she gets told that she looks exotic all the time because she has blonde hair and a big bum. She's not offended, so why are you offended about something that's not offensive? I was like, so hey, so just because she's not offended doesn't mean I'm not offended. Hope that
right.
helps.
The logic here, it's not there. It's
then
not.
try then tried to ask, why do you find it offensive? I'm not about to respond to you because you already dismissed me. No,
Mm.
you already dismissed my feelings. No.
Wow. The nerve.
Yeah, I just let him sit there in the ether because, like, I'm not responding to that. I'm not even about to dignify that with an answer.
Woo. Okay. Blanked. Okay. So, we're done with the questions, but we still seem to be riffing. So, do you want to shut it down now, or is there another topic that you would like to talk about?
No, we can shut it down now. I truly appreciate you just having me. I'm glad the universe set it up to where you saw my comment and was like, hey, girl.
Yes. Yes.
So even though the universe today was trying to be against us with the camera,
Hmm.
but I'm still glad we were able to discuss it, and I'm glad, and hopefully you can get more people to come to your podcast. You can get more subscribers because I'm definitely, once you get this edited and put it out there, I'm definitely reposting everywhere, tagging you, all the above. So
Okay.
hopefully this brings about great collaborations for you too. And let me guess, this has never happened, right?
This has never happened.
It's me. It's me. It's not you. It's me.
It's never happened. That's
There's an entity out there that really does not want my name out there for whatever reason. But you know what? It's fine.
you speak
It's fine.
power.
hmm It's fine because my name will be out there, whether that entity wants it out there or not. I
Yes.
deserve it. My children deserve it. So
Yes. So,
making a name
Marissa,
for
you're
myself.
fine.
Yes, making a name for myself and building my legacy. It's gonna happen.
So, what do you want your legacy to be?
I want my legacy to be complete liberation in my lineage.
Mm. Mm.
Because I was always told, oh, you have to be seen and not heard, and you have to be this, and you have to be that, and you have to just be in this box, and that's not liberation.
Mhm.
That's not it. So, I mean, of course, I want to leave my kids money and houses, for them to have
Yeah.
stability. But as far as something that you can't put a price tag on, liberation.
Mm. Mhm. That's very deep, and I love it. Even the word liberation, just it's a
Yeah,
happy word for me.
yeah, because my power is my voice.
Mhm.
And a lot of people don't like what I have to say. A lot of times, because I know I'm a very articulate individual, but I'm also a very direct individual. Now that comes from growing up in a military household.
Right.
So I don't know how any other way to be. So sometimes when I'm being direct, people think I'm coming. I've been accused of being condescending. I've even been accused of being an asshole, and I'm like, I am
Same.
not either of those. I'm
Yeah.
just being direct.
Yeah. I'm
I
just
mean,
simply stating the problem.
listen, even my daughter's dad, honey, I be having him in almost in a tizzy. So it's or you could
Just
just
say
say
what you mean,
you could
guys.
just say you could just say stuff a little nicer. No,
But you know what
Mm,
I meant. So, why are we here?
I'm gonna say it exactly how I mean it because if I say it nicer, you're not gonna understand me.
Yeah. Then you're gonna blow right past it.
Yeah,
So,
yeah, and my name is not doormat, so you're gonna do
how? Yeah.
it.
Okay, well, it has been such a pleasure. I really enjoyed this.
Likewise, thank you again. If you ever need me to come back, more than happy, more
I
than
would
happy
love
to do
that.
so.
Okay.
More than happy to do so.
Well, do you want to hear more? Subscribe to the Given Name Podcast Patreon. But also, this is the end of our episode for now. Thank you so much for listening to the episode and for making it this far. Please remember to like and subscribe to podcasts. Tell a friend to tell a friend to tell their friends about the podcast. Also, if you want to follow me on IG, Threads, or TikTok, you can find me at awkward_PhD. And finally, if you'd like to see the products and services from the Shentell brand, please visit Shentell.com. Take care.